Well, hello everybody. Here's some quick updates on some of the progress on the game. I've been working on minimizing the UI, you'll see when I jump into the game, there's no UI left, and just trying it out. I'm kind of liking it. It's just after checking out some of the videos from Scorn, and of course this is not Scorn in any way or fashion, but um, I'm really digging kind of the lack of the UI. Of course, that game seems confusing at times, like you don't really know what to do. So there still be a way to show like the quest and what you're working on, and let me show you that. So what I've done over the past few weeks is I've managed to get the AI going. Not sure if that one was working properly last time. At least it was not that I recall. But now there's weapons, and these guys can actually fire. I just have some trace rounds happening here. Of course, there's like the decals that depending on the surface they will get placed on. Right now this is just on metal, and it's only the decal, but maybe that's what we'll do during the stream is take a look at um, some of the other surfaces, because right now like the ground doesn't have anything. And oh yeah, so um, something that took me a while to figure out was doing a reload on the ALS, because it would just default to like a forward arm position. So right now when you do a reload, it doesn't matter where you're looking at, it's just going to do it at that angle, so it's going to look a little bit more natural. And of course there's like the ADS mode where you can zoom into the gun, and so that looks pretty good as well. And the thing that I kind of took me quite a bit to work on is um, the way, as you can see, like right now there's nothing on the UI except the crosshair. So one of the things that I've worked on is a way to convey the mission to the player, and also kind of communicate with the NPCs if they're gonna give you a mission while you're away. And that's done. It's not called a compass, but it's a walkie. And the thing is, this one shows your current missions, and you can also go into, it's also got its own ADS mode. So when it does go into ADS, there's some more helpful things showing up on the screen, like the compass and the location of your next objective, which in this case is Find Jane. And as you can see on the screen, it also has that little text up there saying investigation area. So what that would do is, what I wanted to do is like do an outline for the screen, so that when you're in the investigation area it starts beeping and just lights up. So that way you can keep it around like this, and you would see it on the screen that you're in an area that you need to search for something. And the other thing that you can do, you can actually use your mouse wheel to scroll through the current task. So when you go up to the person that you need to talk to, which in this case is this, um, once you go to the next quest, that updates um, the walkie. And I should mention the walkie is off of Sketchfab. And let me just share that link with you. I'll open it here because it's a really awesome. Uh, like I was looking for. We're so lucky with Sketchfab and some of the authors that put these things up there. But I couldn't remember the name of it, so I wanna credit them because it's a free asset, which is awesome. And let's see, which one is it? There's actually quite a few. There's actually quite a few really good looking um, walkie-talkies on here. And the one that I used, if interested, let me see, where is it? It's this one. So yeah, I'm planning to I'm starting to work on like a credit screen at the end of the game. So this is not really the original. Like I've made some changes, so just to have the screen be a little bit bigger, kind of in the space here. And yeah, so the author is Lud Lud Ludwig Bay, and yeah, highly recommend it. It's a really good quality asset, and it looks really good in first person. That's what I liked about it. And that was a it took me a while to implement all of that, like just getting the quests being shown up, and um, removing some of the UI that the mission component has. But it was really fun. So those are some of the updates of what I've been doing. Also made it pretty easy for the reload, for like adding extra weapons. So I'm thinking if I'm gonna attempt to add another one, like the UMG or whatever this machine gun is called, to see if this is possible, or I mean it is possible, but to kind of trying to do it in the stream, we'll see how that goes. And so yeah, it's they're all basically implement or expanding off of the same base class, which is kind of this weapon parent. And with the weapon component, it has a bunch of properties. If you're interested, this is off of I think it's called like an FPS starter pack. And so if you look for it on the Unreal Marketplace, this is a really good and I like it that it's pretty clean when it comes to how it's set up. So it's this thing right here. This FPS starter pack is what I'm using, and it also comes with your basic type of weapons, right? You know, like an assault rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, a sniper rifle, which is really nice. So yeah, and they look pretty decent actually. I mean, the shotgun, not so much maybe, but I think the other ones look quite alright. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look. I wanted so we were talking about getting this weapon into this as well, because right now if you go into game mode, there's just a default rifle that comes um, with ALS. So, oh yeah, don't mind that. It's just a gas canister wildly flying around. And so yeah, let's get this weapon going, so that it's actually going into like a fire mode, maybe even shooting projectiles or something, and go from there. All right, and like aiming, and hopefully we can get that in as well. Okay. So I'm gonna keep talking through it, just so that if somebody watches the video and they're interested, it's not just like the music playing and there's no explanation, so to speak. So yeah, let's take a look. The way I have this set up first is within my let me see, I'll turn down the music if it's too loud. So within the ALS main character, there's an update held object, and this actually comes in as a function, but I changed it into an event because I needed to add a delay. Basically, the delay between you holstering the weapon and then equipping the other weapon or the other item. Which in my case, the walkie is also a weapon, because you can implement the ADS function via the interface. So that's really useful. So yeah, what I've added to the default update held object that comes with ALS is I have this main weapon actor that you can call this holster weapon function, which is right in here. Let's see. So that actually just plays a montage, and also returns a delay, like the return value is the length of the montage. So that way, in here, I can set a delay in this in this event, and only after that I can call this attached to hand, which is attached to socket basically, because I just give it the weapon hold socket, and once that is done, depending on what you select from the overlay state that ALS comes with, you'll you go into the other ones, and that one will get attached to hand. So what I wanted to do is actually look at the rifle. So the rifle currently is right on this area here, and right now it's just attaching that skeleton mesh that the um, the um, the rifle has. So let's take a look at that. So this is the skeletal weapon for the rifle that gets currently attached to that. Uh, so this, I'm not entirely sure if this is a really good looking rifle, but I'm not entirely sure if I actually have the animations for it when it comes to reload and the like. So for now, I'll just use it as kind of a reference to place it in my BP rifle class. So this is BP pistol, so I'm just gonna duplicate this and create a BP rifle. So let's do that. Alright, so first things first, I wanted to, let's see where the BP pistol lives at. Alright, so right here. So let's go ahead, I'm gonna duplicate this because it already has everything in it that I need. I just need to replace the montages, the sockets, and there's probably a few other values just pertaining to the weapon. So let's do, this would be a rifle. Alright, let's take a look. So this one is going to be, I'm going to call this rifle, just for a few of the for now I'm not going to change the socket, I'm just going to leave it as is. Alright, then the hand socket, this might need to change, though I think it should be fine with the pistol, because it's kind of like a same hold. So that's that, and this is the part where I'm missing some of the animations. I think the unholster should do for now with the ones from the pistol, so I think that should be fine. Alright, and the reload, yeah, the reload is gonna look a little odd, but should be okay. I'm probably thinking of just modifying the reload animation for the pistol to be the reload for the rifle as well. So we'll see. Alright, but first, main thing is just changing the skeletal weapon for this. Let's take a look at where I had that. There we go. And we might need to and this is kind of a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a pickle, but it's just pointing the wrong way. So let's rotate this, and then I just need to place the ADS camera as well. Let's make sure I have this set to 0. Alright, so there we go. And back in our main character, what I need to do is I need to spawn that actor, because right now I was just attaching just a skeletal mesh. So I'm just going to basically copy and paste this thing. Let's grab the pistol. Actually, I'll do this one because it's also looking at the hand, and it's a different socket than the compass, or not the compass, but the walkie. Alright, so spawn pistol, and let's go to where the rifle is, right here, and we'll paste it right there. Alright, so this one is actually going to spawn a rifle, and we're setting it as the main weapon. The hand class is there. Okay, let's see how that works. And rifle. Yeah, so there we go. ADS works. It's just the animation. There are not the proper animations, but I'm spawning the right one. When you're shooting from what it looks like. You're shooting down ADS as well. Then the reload happens, but there's no animation for reload just yet. And then shooting again. Okay, so that's in place. The only thing that is needed, of course, is getting the animations right. So let's take a look at some of the ALS anim graphs, and hopefully this might be useful to some. Alright, so what I'm going to open is in the overlay layer, we have overlay states, and then we have rifle. So let's just move this to the side a little bit. So I might copy this one. I'm not sure if you can copy one of these. I guess you can. Okay, just to have it as a backup. So call it rifle backup. Alright, so in the rifle, we have the rifle state, we have relaxed, ready, and aiming. So with ALS, it always has this relaxed state where you have to like right click to actually start aiming. But I always wanted to be aiming, but just not in ADS. So what I'm gonna do is, I believe the rifle aiming is what I want to start off with as the entry point. So let's take a look at how that works. And one cool thing that you if you don't know, with the anim blueprints and animations in general, you can update them on runtime. So I was doing a lot of that when I was playing around with the bones, the finger bones that hold the walkie, which is really useful. So let's take a look at and see what happens now when I equip the rifle. Let's see, it's still in this state. Trying to figure out why that is. Let's see. So we have the rotation mode. Let's try and disconnect these two real quick. And quickly look at the poses. So if you look at the curves, you gotta go all the way to, you can see it's like blending between like the 0.14 and the 0.18. So if we look back here, point 14 and 18. So it's kind of right here. This is where the aiming is happening, and this is what I want. Let's go back to blueprint and see. So it's aiming. I think I should be going into this state right off the bat, but let's see. rifle. There we go. What I believe is happening was that the rotation mode is different. So it was actually going into this one real quick, but then it was transitioning to the other state based on the rotation mode. So now that I have this, you know, you can see ADS, and yeah, I think the camera might be a little bit off for this guy because it's like right on next to the player's ear. And now if you fire, and yeah, unfortunately there's no reload animation just yet. Maybe I'll be able to find one because I mean this project has gotten so big with a bunch of assets that I'm not really using. So maybe we'll be able to find an animation that to play it, and I can show you what I did for that. The hands are not horribly placed. It's just that and also the aiming is not really bad. Uh, Maybe on this point right here, where it comes to the aim sweep, is where you might want to edit stuff. So with the ALS, is using all these sweeps here for the um, for the kind of the placement of the gun. So what happens is if you take a look at this, you know, it's like going back and from top to bottom. So it's not it's really good, but it's not perfect. So like right here, for example, what happens is it's a little too kind of, I'm not sure if the arms are past 80 or 90. You know, there's kind of like just going too far back. So let me change the preview to be the rifle, and we can see that a little bit better. It looked okay. Like it looks good when you're like around here, but especially for the pistol, that's where I had to change it when it came to aiming, because that one was really off. With the rifle, doesn't seem to be that bad. But yeah, so see, like when it comes to the top, it still looks kind of proper, you know, like the eyesight and how the position of the pistol is. I'm just taking that as reference. But then when you go all the way to the bottom, it looks like these go a little bit too far back. So I'm gonna try and make an edit, a duplicate of this. That's what I've done for my pistol, and just adjust the arms a little bit, and mainly the right arm, the right hand. Another way to do it, and I might do it that way, is what I've done for the pistol is I've adjusted the head a little bit. I'd rather not change the position of the arms so much, but we'll see how that goes. You know, when you only have so many animations, you can just go about and edit the ones that you have. And that's kind of nice about ELS, you know, with all the overlay states, kind of the hand placement on the weapons are done through these aim sweeps, and that's what's cool, because you can just edit bones, like singular bones within these. So that works out pretty good, I think. Alright, so let me just save this. And at this point, I'm just going to drag this to the side, and we'll actually do it. We'll do it live. So like in game mode. So in game mode, if I equip my rifle, I start pointing down. You see, it's kind of just pointing down a little too far back, I would say. So I'm just going to exit out of this, just eject. And then in my ALS animation here, oh actually, I forgot, before I do that, I want to just make a duplicate of it so I'm not messing things up too bad. Alright, so we have this one here. So here's the M4A1 aim sweep. I'm just going to duplicate this and call it edit. And I'm going to use this one for the sweep, and of course for the crouch, same thing can be done. Alright, so we have the edit, which at the moment is identical. Let's jump into game mode here. rifle. So yeah, it's kind of that point where it's a little bit off. I think even here it could be pointed up a little bit, I would say, just to fit the screen a little bit better. But let's start here from the bottom. So just eject out of this. And here's the sweep edit. Just gonna bring it in to show you some of the changes that I'm doing. So this point is all the way at the bottom, so I'm just gonna move all the way back here. And what I'm gonna try and do is actually modify the neck and the head. Let me check real quick. I want to check to see in the pistol. This is my new pistol here, just to make sure. So this is exactly what I'm gonna copy to use. You know, this setup. You know, like you're in aiming, then you're in running. There's gonna be like a different animation for how you hold the weapon when you run, and then reload. And the reason I use reload here is because this one has a little bit of a different kind of some extra nodes added, so you can play the animation when you're looking into a different direction, like you're looking up and down. So it doesn't play, you know, what, you know, in a third person that'd be fine. You know, nobody sees that you're looking down and you're up, you know, where the reload happens. But when you're first person, it looks natural to just reload where you're pointing. So that's why I had this set up. Yeah, so let's take a look. I was looking into aiming and just making sure that this one, so basically this is the pistol, so I guess I was modifying the neck and the head. Okay, that's good. So I'll start there, and we'll see how that helps with the way we look at the weapon. Alright, so let's go back into my rifle state, and into aiming, just so that I can get to this animation a little bit easier. Alright, so let's go back and look at this here, and we're all the way to point down. So let's start with the neck and the head and adjust that accordingly a little bit. Let's start with the neck first, and show. I was kind of thinking that if I select this, it's going to show it on here. Alright, so those are sockets, all hierarchy. Alright, so let's select the bone, the neck. Oh, where's my gizmo? Come on, gizmo. Let me try exiting out of this. Ah, there it is. I don't know why I couldn't edit it. So I'm gonna point the neck down a little bit, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for the head. Alright, so we got that addition, and let's take a look and see how that looks in the game. I'm kind of curious why this one went away. Because it's still there in now that I'm looking at it. So see, now I have it right here. Not sure why that is. Yeah, so see, that's what happens. You know, it kind of moves the position of the head a little bit, so it's it doesn't look like the cursor is so far off from where I'm pointing the gun. The only thing that I can't see that I really like is see, this is kind of what happens, is also the positioning of the of my of the gun, like the way it's being held in your right hand. So let's take a look at this. So right now since this one is all one curve, I want to make it so that when you get to this point, kind of somewhere in the middle, let's change the angle here for the and the neck as well, so that you're looking a little bit more like this. So that's a little bit of an addition to that. And now I wanted to do the right hand. So let's grab the right hand and point it upwards a little bit, and maybe down. Cause see, like it's a little odd. Like it just seems like the weapon is pointed straight and down a little bit, which I guess it kind of makes sense. Just doesn't look. I don't really like how it looks so much. I wanted it to point to the crosshair a little bit more. So let's modify the hand. Let's see where the hand is. Hand. I'm just gonna make this a little smaller so that we can see what's going on. So let's point this up a little bit. Oh, sorry, that's hand left. I didn't want that. I want hand right. So hand right. Alright, so there you go. It already moved up a little bit. Trying to find a place where to place the screen, so that, or like this window, so you can see what's going on. And I think maybe what could also help this, maybe a little bit. Let's bring the upper arm. I'm gonna switch to local. So a little bit like this, because it's just like taking too much of the screen here. That might have been a little bit too much. Because I'm just doing like by 5 degrees, so increments like that, it's maybe too much. So let me bring up the hand a little bit. Alright, so that's a little bit better, maybe a little more. Okay, so that's already looking a little bit better, I think. And let's see, maybe I'm gonna try and rotate the upper arm, but without this on. So oh yeah, I think that looks quite a lot better than what it was before. I'm actually kind of happy with that, at least, you know, for the area where it's pointing forward. The thing is, you know, they're gonna blend between each other, or like from here to here. So it's definitely the more adjustments you have along the way, the better. So let's see how this one looks. Yeah, so see, when you point up, it goes a little bit too much, but then when you start coming down, I think this point here is looking pretty good. And as you move down, actually, I think with this section, I'm where I want it to be. Like, I'm looking at the crosshair on the end, and where my UI crosshair is. So now when I start moving up, it gets a little bit away from me, but overall I think that works pretty good. So now ADS is looking quite alright. I just need to adjust the ADS camera. So now let's point up and try and change the sweep for that as well. So we're right here. So what I'm going to try and do is, let's start with the head, and because at least that way, if you start with the head and the neck, you know, you don't have to modify both hands. Like right now, I'm gonna have to modify the other hand as well. But I guess it's a little bit of a juggle. And you know, with the pistol, it's easier because you have both hands in almost the same location. But with the rifle, you know, the left hand is placed a little forward, so it works. But you know, you have some adjustments to make. And me using ALS, you know, it's definitely not built as a combat stuff. It's built to be very extensible. That's the thing I like about it. But you know, after you do a little bit of digging, of course. But I think it's really powerful. So let's try and see what I can do if I adjust the neck. So I'm gonna start with the neck. Where's the neck? It's on the clavicle, neck, right here. So let's move. Oh, actually, I don't really like moving things not in increments. So I'm gonna try and keep it in increments like this. So there's that. Okay, that's a little bit more to where I want it than that. Okay, it's getting better. Let's do the neck by 10 more degrees. Oh, actually that was 10. Let's see how that looks. Oh, not too bad. So I'm gonna try and do the head, you know, kind of bring it back a little bit. Yeah, that is actually pretty good. It's only somewhere around here where it's a little bit it's going too far up. So maybe I think it's kind of here, or I could move the head like this a little bit. Let's try moving the neck as well. Yeah, just like that. There you go. So that looks pretty consistent from top to bottom, which I'm pretty happy with. Considering this was it's kind of started from nothing, and let's also adjust the and I might finesse these a little bit, but I just wanted to show you kind of how I've went about doing the some of the animations, or adjusting some of the ALS animations to my needs. Alright, well let's adjust um, the camera for the ADS on that rifle. I'm gonna try and place that in the level just so that I can see where it's at. So right now it looks just like that. And the cool thing is you can always switch to that camera. And I believe, where was it? There was an option to switch to whatever camera you have selected. So meaning just switching to the viewport, to switch it to the current camera. And I'm trying to figure out where that was. I was playing around with it some time ago. And let's see, is it? Nah. I'm wondering if it might have been just for like the Cine cameras that are in the level. Not sure if it works for something that's in a blueprint. Oh, anyways, so let's open this one up. BP rifle, which is right here, and I'm gonna try and adjust the position of the camera. Let's see how what might be a little bit better. And of course, you know, the additions to the camera could be some kind of a depth of field, to have like the little, you know, the butt of the weapon, like the back side of it, be a little blurry. Of course, you know, that's entirely up to you. Alright, let's see how that looks. Alright, so we have rifle. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. It could be a little bit higher, because it's just not quite there. So let's just gonna try and turn on snapping. So it's just like that. Let's see how that is. Oh yeah, that actually looks pretty nice. And you know, it fires bullets as it should. In ADS, actually the left hand position doesn't look too bad, but yeah, then again, it could be better. And the sway is everything else is like all the additional animations are from ALS. So I've only made the change to the sweeping one. So that's the only thing that I did. Well, let's take a look, and maybe we can also add a reload if I can find a reload for a rifle. I'm not entirely sure if I have one, but I believe the well, I'm hoping the rifle. There you go. So maybe this one would be kind of something that would work. Maybe. So, somewhat. Let's take a look at it again. Well, it looks like the hand positioning is like for a rifle, so that could work. Um, oh, in that case, let's make that happen. So that's a reload pistol, reload rifle hip, and it's in this anime starter pack. Reload rifle hip. I'm not entirely sure. This one looks a little bit deformed, but let's try and assign a skeleton to it. ALSV4. Oh yeah, this animation is totally messed up. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Anyways, let's take a look at the one that I found, and that actually seemed to run. So reload rifle, maybe is that what it's called? Yeah, there we go. So this one's here. I'm gonna try and retarget this to be the ALSV4 mannequin, and then let's place these where they belong with the rest of the weapon animation. Okay, and retarget. There it is. So let's apply this to our um, our rifle. Just arrange these down here. So in the weapon component has quite a bunch of like useful features or useful. That's why it's always good to have something like this. You know, it takes a lot of time to build something like this. So and let's see, we have the reload animation, which is this was for the pistol. And let's play the one for I forgot. First thing you need to do is create an anim montage, because it's a montage. So down would go here. What I wanted to make sure also is with ALS there's all these slots that you need to put the animations in. So let me make sure that I have this one in the right slot. So as you can see with the pistol reload, I have it in arm L and arm R. So we'll do the same thing. This is going to be arm L, and I'm just going to duplicate the slot and put it in arm R. So save that, and let's bring this in here for the player reload. Oh, my bad, I was about to mess up the pistol. It's already in here. Okay, terrific. So that would reload, but not just yet because we don't have that state in our anim blueprint. So with the anim blueprint, let's go back and I'll show you what I was doing for the new pistol. So the new pistol goes like this. It goes into aiming, which is kind of your default state with the weapon held up. Then there's one for running. I'll set that up later. It's just a difference in if you look at the um, all these like standing poses, idle, walking, walk, running. It's like evaluating all these values here. So that's the only difference when it comes when it's between like crouching or walking or an idle pose. So the one thing that I want to get is from here, oops, is the reload, because the reload, you know, the way you transition between them is if it's reloading or it's not reloading, right? So that's a variable that's set when you just hit the reload key, and it knows to transition into the reload mode. Now the reload mode is a little bit more complex because along with everything that's you know, just the standing poses, the reload animation, and this is where actually I was showing you the I was showing you the you know, creating the anim montage for the reload, but I'm actually just using the anim sequence. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the anim sequence and I'm transforming the bone of spine 3. So I'm doing a little bit of kind of a, it looks like weird math, but um, that's how it works for me at least. And so out of the aiming angle variable, I'm splitting that and I'm using the y to multiply by -1 and add 1 just so that it doesn't jump over like I think the 89-degree offset or something like that. There was some kind of issue. I can't remember exactly why I added the +1. And that's going to go into the roll for this particular bone. And selecting this, there's I've set this rotation mode to add to existing. And then further down, I'm doing a layer blend per bone. So I'm affecting spine 0. And then in my case, you know, for the animations, it's going to be like the upper arm L, lower arm R, upper arm R, and I believe that's all that was needed. We'll see if this is the same case for the rifle. But basically, this is how I'm able to do the reload animation at any angle, because without this, if you just play it on a montage, it just plays in front of you. And I'm not that much of an expert to make these somewhere else, like to set up that montage in such a way that you can actually play that animation at any aiming angle. So this is my alternative. So I'm just going to copy, I'm actually going to copy the entire node. I'm not sure if you can copy the links as well. Let's see. So copy, and I guess you can at least paste the reload, which is still good. Alright, so entering the state we need to get is reloading. So if it's reloading, then enter that state, and then if it's not, exit. So then not boolean. Alright, I'm back in the reload now. There's a couple of things that I need to change because this was rifle aiming, so I'm just going to copy everything here. And back in the reload, I need to replace everything that was related to the pistol with my stuff. So this is going to go in here. And then instead of the pistol reload animation, I'm just going to play the reload hip. And this is just going to be, I'm not sure if the looping, I don't need it to loop. Well, okay then. Well, so let's see what kind of mess this is going to create. rifle. Let's go ahead, fire a few shots. And there's the reload. Let's see, fire a few shots. It plays at that angle. Yeah, there you go. So that works. Because before, what would happen? It would just play. The animation would play here. It wouldn't play like if you're looking up and down. So um, that's why I'm using the. There's still probably some other bones that I need to. Where was I? Here. In the layer blend per bone, there's still probably some other bones that I need to add to this just to make it a little bit more smooth. But based on where I'm aiming, this is what's helping me play um, at that orientation. You know, like looking down the barrel. You want to play the animation there and not in front of you. So yeah, this was actually really good. We got another weapon in going, and it's firing. Let's see. I believe it's still with the decals. It should still be the same because it's just based on the surface of what I'm firing to. So let's see. Did it? Yeah, it did. Now the decals are just the default stuff, so it's probably not the greatest texture out there, but the only thing that's missing is maybe we can take a look at that, is having a kind of a particle effect happening. And let's see where that guy is at. Let's see, it's in the parent fire logic. So we have the decal, we have the muzzle, which I believe I need to also adjust for the rifle. Let's see, the muzzle is here, so oh, it's all the way, it's behind me or to the side somewhere. So yeah, this is what I like about this particular package, that is very extensible, and I was able to include it really easy with the animation that I have, right? So like with the ALS package. Alright, so top left, oh actually front there. Okay, so just placing the muzzle a little bit where it's supposed to be. Alright, so now I believe where is the impact surface? So we have some particles here. We don't have anything for metal. There's like, I guess, some for gravel and the such. And it looks like the metal impact is added to. It kind of looks like, I guess that could be those could be sparks. Yeah, I'll take that. And let's go back here, but I want to have the metal be the proper one. So metal is this one here, and we'll disconnect from grass. So now let's see, the pistol and the rifle should both, I would think, at least. Come on, where's my particle? Oh no, there's particles there. There's like a little bit of a dust cloud more than anything. There's no, I'm not seeing any sparks, so I'm not entirely sure why that is. And this is a little bit of an interesting issue, especially with this vehicle, that it's it's something with the physics probably, that the NPC can like throw it over a little bit of rectangular. So, but anyways, and let's see if we equip a different the pistol. There's the pistol. So that one's working pretty well as well. And then the compass, actually not the compass, it wouldn't be the compass, but it'd be like your little what you might call it, the the way to look at your current mission or current objective. So, and then yeah, when you with this one, when you go into ADS, you get the compass and kind of the waypoint, or like the old marker for where you're supposed to go. So so yeah, those were some of the updates of what I worked on over the past 2 to 3 weeks, I would think. And yeah, so the infrastructure is starting to come together as far as like the weapons, the kind of cleaning up the UI, which was on my mind for a little bit. Somebody mentioned on a previous stream that or actually some short video that I posted, that maybe it'd look better if you don't clutter the screen with the UI as much. So, and I totally get that, because especially like here, this is kind of just a acid zoo test ground, but let's try and place this in an area that is more kind of developed, somewhere in the bunker that we worked on. And we'll see how it looks when it comes to equipping a gun or like the weapon, and the little walkie as well. Let's see, where do I want to place this? Okay, somewhere around here. Yeah, so I think it definitely looks quite a bit. Let me just get rid of these error messages. I believe it's something from a class that went rogue. So yeah, especially when you got something like this, and you equip, like, say, the compass. This one looks pretty good. It's getting some of the lights from everywhere around you. When you equip it like this, it's showing you the waypoint, or like the target. And then of course with the pistol, for example, there's no unequipped. That's why I kind of just jumped to this. There's no unequip animation, or holster animation for the um, for the walkie. So that's why I just kind of jumped to that. And then the rifle. So yeah, especially when the asset is in a more of a developed environment, so to speak, I think it looks a little bit better. And I guess one of the things that I might need to do is kind of debating whether to keep kind of this little weapon sway that still happens in ADS. Like maybe I'll disable that when you're in ADS mode. Using those curves that I shown you. Maybe I'll try and look into that, because yeah, I think when you're in ADS, at least, you shouldn't be swaying like that. Yeah, neither with the pistol. I believe maybe, yeah, the pistol has it. It's just that it's like I think it's called like an overlay. No, these are overlay state. Those are they got a different name, I believe. Come on, exit. They are called I thought that was the overlay. Oh, it's yeah, I think I know what it is. It actually might be so say, for example, if we're looking at the aiming, it's probably this secondary motion. So let me see if I just turn this off. When it comes to each one of the states, you got the secondary motion, and this is usually like the breathing. So if you look, it's actually this thing here. So I'm assuming that, or I'm hoping for that, if turning that off will remove the kind of the weapon sway. The thing is, it's going to remove it completely, and maybe you don't want that when you're not aiming. But let's see. So if we do the rifle, yeah, see, there's literally nothing here, and you kind of expect it to have that, but when you're in ADS, um, so you wouldn't have it in ADS, but you would expect it to have it when it's just in uh, just the regular, not ADS. I'm not sure what to call it, but like just in aiming. So yeah, that's how you would remove that, and I assume this alpha could be, let's actually do it real quick. It shouldn't take too long. It's you can definitely pass this value in through a variable. So, and let's just go into where's the event graph? Event graph here. Let's go into the event graph, and as you can see, this is where I'm the tracking the value of the is reloading should be somewhere. Where do I have that? Where do I keep that? Initialize. Where's the update animation? Somewhere around here. That's the layer values. Where am I? Just gonna track my own steps and find the references for this. Set adding graph get is not that one. Okay, so update character info, which is done frame by frame, and at the same time, at this point, what I can do is if the character is in ADS, I can just set that create this variable for that curve. So let's create one here. Variables. This is going to be is ADS alpha blend. Maybe I think that's a good name. Let's call this to be a float. And I believe it was set to 0.5. So along with this one, I'm going to need one to be is ADS, and this would be a boolean. And maybe I don't need this one because the character is going to have a main weapon, so I can just get the main weapon, and I believe the weapon itself has an ADS variable. Yeah, it's ADS. Okay. So let's quit jumping around too much. Is ADS or ADS? What was the? I thought it did. Oh, I actually implemented it in each one of the child classes. Why did I do that? It's a good question. I don't know. Let's just move this into the parent class. And I should have been able to just right click copy, and then in the parent, oops, nope, I did not want to do that. You can just right click and paste, and ADS, there it is. And yeah, I guess you can override it, but and yeah, so this one's a variable that's being passed, but is it passed? I can't remember if I'm passing it from the parent here. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so it's actually even easier. There's so many things going on, you kind of have to backtrack some stuff sometimes. Alright, so I actually have ADS here. or I think it should. Yeah, there you go. Get ADS. So we got a quick branch. So if this one's true, then we're gonna set the yeah, I'm gonna do this like this. So if it's true, then set it, and if it's false, unset it. And at the same time, do that we have these. Let's set this one. So if it's an ADS, we'll set it to 0, so we're not getting that little breathing on top of things. And then if it's back to this, let's set it to 0.5. I think that was 0.5. Let's go back into our state. And where was it? Pistol, rifle. We'll start with the rifle. I'll do the rifle for now, and offline I can do the pistol. And ADS alpha blend. We'll just plug this in here for the secondary motion. Alright, well, in theory, this should have worked, but we'll see if it does. And I guess this one is already implemented, so I shouldn't need it. And then also for the pistol. And the walkie. Yes, okay, yes, walkie, I know. I forgot about you. Alright, so I'm gonna delete the ADS in here, compile that. And let's see if we can remove that sway when you go into ADS. So we'll equip the rifle. So, you know, there's the little kind of moving around a little bit. And what was still happening in, why is that the case? Does it not update that value? What did I miss? Event graph, update. Let me move this to the side so I can debug it at runtime. Alright, so let's equip the rifle. And debug will be on the main character. So I'm actually never setting the ADS value. Okay, it's always false, so that's why it doesn't really. So you know, looking at the debugging this, it always just goes down this branch. So I guess it's always I never really set it anywhere. At least I thought I did. So let me clean that up real quick, and in here, I believe I had one where I was radial menu reload. That's the attack, side on, side off. Yeah, so I guess I'm not really setting anything for set ADS to. So now if a site is on, then ADS is true, and if it's off, then it should be false. Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? I was kind of wondering if anybody joined the stream. Hello. Alright, so let's try now. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully it's gonna be what I'm planning for this. There we go. So now there's no ADS, which is great. And now there's ADS is back, and now it's static. Okay. Well, I guess this one What the heck? These guys don't have collisions. What's going on? Yeah, hopefully you guys are doing fine on this Sunday. Okay, let's see. So ADS is good. One thing that I want to take a look at, because it looks a little odd. I believe it's well, so it might be right in that aiming animation. The when you go into ADS, since it's based on the position of the weapon, you know, it just moves to that camera. I think the weapon is kind of slightly tilted a little bit. So I'm gonna take a look um, at that socket just to see what that's about. First of all, I'm gonna take a look at rifle to make sure that the rifle is positioned straight. Okay, so let's see in my rifle, and you got the rifle sweep edit right here. Yeah, I just want to pause this. And I'll change this one to be the actual rifle. Let's see, where is the hand R and the hand R socket? Ah, come on. Remove children? Was it children, or how do you remove the attached mesh? Oh, remove auto attach assets. Okay, so let's attach the rifle, and it should be this one though. Well, I guess this one's it will be fine. And see, it's kind of slightly tilted a little bit, and which is not good. Let's take a look at the socket. Is the socket off a little bit? No, it's actually not the socket. It is, I believe, the hand. So the hand got a little bit messed up for this whole thing. So let's add a little bit of another curve to this. I'm just gonna try and place it right down the middle. And to that hand socket, let's turn it like this a little bit. Hopefully that's... Oh, I didn't want to mess up the hand, the socket. I just wanted to mess up the actual hand. So it was fine the way it was before, but the hand can use a little bit of an adjustment. And let's see, I wanted to do it, yeah, in that plane. So let's try and that's just gonna make it a little worse. I think that's too much. Yeah, I think that should be good. because I think I might end up just removing the everything for the hand, because at the moment it's just added a frame right there. So when you start moving up, that's gonna change. But let's see how that looks. If that fixes it, that I think I can call it good, at least you know, for this stream, and I can go about the labor later on. So rifle, yeah, I think that's a little bit better. The rifle seems definitely straighter. At least I think it feels that way. Okay. Well, so thank you everybody for stopping by. I think I'm gonna call it a stream for now. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. So so yeah, now that a lot of the kind of the behind the scenes work, you know, kind of implementing a easy way to add additional weapons is done. I'll be focusing the following streams on some of the world building, and the next one will be next stream should be around hopefully the entire world, and just like navigating through it. And the coming week I'm gonna try and work on expanding some of the enemy AI more, so they actually like right now they don't fight back. They just walk towards you, and but yeah, for next week hopefully I'll be able to show the enemy AI as well, and have them actually shoot at you and do damage, and you can do damage back, and you know, so implementing that on as well. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I hope there was something useful in the stream for you, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, everybody, have a great Sunday. Take care.